Niall? I want my picture. Okay, a very good afternoon, everybody. I think we're almost ready to begin. So again, usual tishmahori came as a cohortia to fáilte róga léir go the occult specialty show Institute Technolíochta Cork. Ladies and gentlemen, and especially graduates this morning, you're all very, very welcome to the Cork Institute of Technology for this conferring ceremony. My name is Dan Collins, and it is my task this afternoon to guide you through the protocols and the procedures associated with this ceremony. This ceremony is being live streamed this afternoon to the World Wide Web at www.cit.ie/live. So if you have anybody who'd like to tune in, you might just tell them now /live from cit.ie. On the whole area of safety matters, please note that there are 4 emergency exits situated in this auditorium. There are 2 behind me on my left and my right, just directly behind us here. And there's 2 more at the very, very back, once again on my left and my right. So if at any stage you are asked to vacate the building this afternoon, please go to the exit which is nearest you. However, there are no fire drills planned for this afternoon, so on the unlikely event that an alarm does sound, I would invite you please to remain in your places until we make an announcement from this podium. I'm told we have 3 minutes to make a decision, so one way or another we'll relay that decision within 3 minutes to you all gathered here. However, if an evacuation notice is made from this auditorium and from this podium, please go as quietly and as quickly as you can, aided by our stewards, to the exit which is nearest you. Please do not attempt to re-enter this building until advised to do so by our fire stewards. At the commencement of our conferring ceremony this afternoon, I'll invite all of you gathered here to stand and to remain standing until the members of the academic procession are seated here on the platform. Our conferring ceremony this afternoon will be chaired by Mr. Gerard O'Donovan, who's the Head of Faculty of Business and Humanities. To the graduates who are here with us this afternoon, firstly, my sincerest congratulations to each and to every one of you. I'm sure maybe many of you thought you'd never make this day, but finally it's here for you. So I hope you enjoy our ceremony this afternoon. But very soon after our ceremony begins today, the President of the Institute, Dr. Barry O'Connor, will introduce a short introduction, empowering him to make the awards today. When he has finished the introduction, I will require each row of conferees, as guided by our stewards, and we'll be starting down here, we'll be moving along, but you'll be guided along by the stewards, don't worry about it, you'll be guided along towards the hall to the bottom of the steps here. And please wait at the bottom of the steps here, and I'll be there with you until the head of department calls your name. You then come up and you're presented with your parchment. In the unlikely event that we give you the wrong parchment, and we never make mistakes here, but if we do give you the wrong parchment, please don't panic. Once you go back to your seats, we'll straighten it out for you immediately after the ceremony itself. So I just want to move away from the microphone for a brief moment and just say to you that when you do walk up the platform here, the President who's standing about here, you come up here, he'll hand you your parchment, he'll shake your hand, he'll have 1 or 2 words with you. Barry's quite an informal guy, our President here, so he could say anything to you this afternoon, but he'll be wishing you well. And once he's finished, then he gets you to look at the camera and smile. And remember, you'll be looking at that photograph for the next 40 years, so choose wisely how you're going to do that photograph. And once you're finished with the President and he's said a few words to you, just exit again by my left here, back to your seat again. I know that we all want to applaud people, as an audience we want to applaud everybody here, but I'm going to ask you not to do that, please, until each class have been conferred. And once each class have been conferred and returned to their seats, the head of the department will ask us then, as they stand, to give them a well-deserved round of applause. And you can clap and you can cheer and you can do whatever you want to do at that stage for each class as they're conferred here this afternoon. Can I just say to you, and I'm the biggest culprit here, your mobile phones. So if you have mobile phones with you this afternoon, please could you just put them on silent so that they don't ring during the ceremony this afternoon and disturb everything that's going on. If you're expecting calls, don't worry about it. Maybe just leave them on silent and make sure that they don't go off during the ceremony here this afternoon. This afternoon's conferring ceremony for us as an institute is a great opportunity to congratulate our graduates. And I think now we're ready to begin, so I'm asking all of you to stand, please, as the academic procession enters the auditorium. And please remain standing until everybody is seated on the platform. I now call on the Head of Faculty of Business and Humanities, Mr. Gerard O'Donovan, to commence this afternoon's conferring ceremony.
Graduates of CIT, members of governing body, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this meeting at which awards of Cork Institute of Technology will be conferred on students of this institute. Our guests on the front platform are, on my immediate left, Dr. Breda Kenny, Head of the School of Business; on my immediate right, Dr. Barry O'Connor, President of CIT; and on my far right, Dr. Anya Nihay, Registrar and Vice President of Academic Affairs, CIT. Our guests on the rear platform are members of the governing body and members of the academic staff of CIT. I call upon Dr. Barry O'Connor, the President of the Institute, to confer awards on the learners presented by the Institute for that purpose.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this ceremony, which will begin with the formal invocation, which makes this whole thing official and means the department will be recognised wherever you go. Right? So we start off with the official wording, Oscuelga, and then in English. So, Harcheon Institute, agus harfa and Udrash, a harmlik to retreat, there are all the Quake Street, Achtum Hailiachti, agus Darvu Kaliachta, Edicus agus Leons, den Vrian Gavil Sedoyag, Brunim, Davachini, or Olimori, the Institute, Tatuation Kaidan, and a Kinnog again Todrash in the Vintamach. Agus Eram, go Gurfer na Falmori, Shindamalahar, Honabar, a Herbert Doive, go for a mule. On behalf of the Institute and by virtue of the authority delegated to it under Section 53 of the Qualifications and Quality Assurance Education and Training Act of 2012, I hereby confer awards on the learners of the Institute who have achieved the standard determined by the authority for those awards, and I ask that those learners be presented to me so that I may formally present them with their parchment.
I call upon Dr. Breda Kenny, Head of School of Business, to commence the conferring in her school.
The School of Business consists of the Department of Accounting and Information Systems, the Department of Management and Enterprise, the Department of Marketing and International Business, and the Department of Organisational and Professional Development. I call upon Ms. Carla Reilly, Head of Department of Accounting and Information Systems, to present the candidates from her department. Awards will be made in respect of the following programmes in this department: Master of Business by Research, Bachelor of Business Honours in Accounting, Bachelor of Business Honours in Information Systems, Bachelor of Business Honours in Agriculture, Bachelor of Science Honours in Horticulture, Bachelor of Business in Accounting, Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, and Bachelor of Science in Horticulture.
President, I present to you the following candidates who has successfully completed a research programme in the Department of Accounting and Information Systems and who is worthy of the award of Master of Business, and I would request you to present her parchment to her. Lorraine Cashman Reilly. Would the graduate of the Research Award of Master of Business please stand to receive her ovation? President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed programmes in the Department of Accounting and Information Systems and who are worthy of the award of Bachelor of Business Honours in Accounting, and I would request you to present their parchment to them. Keely Kathleen Ahern. Taylor Ahern Purdon. Buram Habdiram Asad. James Benskin. Daniel Michael Canty. Chloe Catherine Castleton. Gregory Clifford. Karen Louise Coleman. Graham Edward Conway. Brendan Connor Crowley. Mark Anthony Crowley. Gary Patrick Daly. John Christopher Deasy in absentia. Connor Patrick Dennehy. Laura Sarah Dorr. Ryan Patrick Downey. Mohammed Faisal in absentia. Ronan Foy. Sean Stephen Harrington. Donica Hartnett. John Michael Hayes. James Edward Heslem in absentia. Laura Kate Hickey. Joanne Horgan. Odette Andrete in absentia. Thomas Andrew Jennings. Neve Mary Carney. Dean Anthony Keating. Lena Cablate. Edita Clavs. Paul Sean Maguire. Ruta Zumba Makingila. Mairead Moira Manning. Simona Maxime. Killian Patrick McCarthy. Edward McAvoy. Conor McGrath in absentia. Sharon Mairead McSweeney. Reilly Mikalowska. Shane Finbar Moynihan. Shauna Caitlin Mullen. Anne-Marie Murnan. Ciara Leanne Murphy. Patrick Michael Murphy. Kevin Matthias Murray. Claire Mary Margaret O'Brien. Rachel O'Connor in absentia. Joanne Neve O'Donovan. Margaret Louise O'Donovan. Sean O'Donovan. Ciara Yvonne O'Driscoll. Daniel Anthony O'Driscoll. Mark Michael Dermot O'Driscoll. Erin Catherine O'Leary. Shannon O'Mahony. Corey Anthony O'Neill. Donal O'Neill. Jerry O'Neill. Brian Joseph O'Regan. David Kevin O'Riordan. Katrina Marie O'Sullivan. Jerry Poliak. Shams Remen. Dylan Allen Russell. Fiona Ryan in absentia. Brian William Sheehan. Siobhan Katie Shinnock. David James Toomey. Nicole Mary Verlius. Richard Brendan Walsh, in absentia. Lisa Jane Watson. John Welton. Monica Zuka-Costa. Would the graduates of the award of Bachelor of Business Honours in Accounting please stand to receive their ovation? President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed programmes in the Department of Accounting and Information Systems and who are worthy of the award of Bachelor of Business Honours in Information Systems, and I would request you to present their parchment to them. Connor William Barrett, in absentia. Shane Edward Barrett. Garode Edward Barry, in absentia. Greg Barry. Joseph Noel Barry. Ian Barry Murphy. Niall Francis Burke. Mark Paul Cahill. Jack Finbar Calnan. Kieran John Thomas Carl. Stephen Michael Carl. Niamh Ní Kitter. Caroline Philomena Kumi. Emer Sheila Croak. Ian James Cronin. Padraig Christopher Devan. Catherine Mary Deneen. Jill Marie Eaton. Ricardo Manuel Ferreira, in absentia. Aidan Thomas Fitzgerald. Emily Rose Fitzgerald. Katie Lara Gaynor. Darren Nicholas Grace. Shauna Mary Hannafin. Patrick Hartnett. Shane Michael Bartholomew Healy, in absentia. John Bernard Francis Hickey. Paul Hickey. Faye Mary Hughes. Linda Karen Johnson. Jason Nicholas Jordan. Sean Patrick Carney. Enda Joseph Kelly. Michael Gerald Keneally. Jack Joseph Canary. Jessica Julia Lane. Calvin Chi Fong Leong. Daniel Patrick Lenehan. Ryan Kevin Lynch. Sarah Kate Marr. Dylan Malone. Danielle Shona Matthews. Owen Richard McCarthy. Jessica Kate McCarthy. Peter James McCarthy. Robbie McSweeney. Alison Elizabeth Mulcahy. Aoife Sarah Milan. Dylan Christopher Murphy. Funan Murphy. Michael Patrick Murray. Colum Joseph O'Brien. John Richard O'Brien, in absentia. Cian Gerald O'Callaghan. Claire Hannah O'Connell. Owen David O'Connell. Brendan Anthony O'Donovan. Alex David O'Keefe. John William O'Keefe. Breed Nora O'Leary in absentia. Katie Bridget O'Mahony. Dean Christopher O'Mara. Mark Anthony O'Regan in absentia. Kieran Patrick O'Sullivan. Therese Margaret Quill. Adam Gerard Ricken. Thomas Vincent Scanlon. Alan Barry Stewart. Kelvin Jeremiah Thompson. Dylan Christopher Threadgold. Alan Patrick Tobin. Joshua Teresa Wolfango. Dennis James White. Owen Anthony Wilson. Would the graduates of the award of Bachelor of Business Honours in Information Systems please stand to receive their ovation? President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed programmes in the Department of Accounting and Information Systems and who are worthy of the award of Bachelor of Science Honours in Agriculture, and I would request you to present their parchment to them. Daniel Ahern. Robert Beecher. Anthony Gerard Buckley. Owen Patrick Casey. Kieran Daly. Michael Brian Dunn. Micheál James Dunn. Oisin George Ford. Aoife Cathy Greeny. David Joseph Hallisey. Deborah Mary Ann Howard. Davin Jennings. Robert Dermot in absentia. Jack Dermot Lucy. Michael Madden. Sean David Magner. Adam James McAuliffe. Daniel Martin McCarthy. Chloe Miller. Susan Marie Moriarty in absentia. Michael David Mulcrone. Kevin Murphy. Fintan Murray. Brian Connor Noonan. Michael Patrick O'Callaghan. Padraig James O'Connor. Seamus Anthony O'Connor. Brian Daniel O'Halloran. Daniel Gerard O'Keefe. Philip Garode O'Shea in absentia. Stacey Ann O'Sullivan. Jack Finbar Tracy. Owen Young. Okay. Would the graduates of the award of Bachelor of Science Honours in Agriculture please stand to receive their ovation? President, I present to you the following candidate who has successfully completed a programme in the Department of Accounting and Information Systems and who is worthy of the award of Bachelor of Science Honours in Horticulture, and I would request you to present his parchment to him. Aniel Daniel Duggan in absentia. In his absence, we might not acknowledge his achievement by ovation. President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed programmes in the Department of Accounting and Information Systems and who are worthy of the award of Bachelor of Business in Accounting, and I would request you to present their parchment to them. Natalie Deirdre Jeffrey, in absentia. Irla Michael O'Driscoll. Nora O'Sullivan. Sophia Zentiradu in absentia. Would the graduates of the award of Bachelor of Business in Accounting please stand to receive their ovation? President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed programmes in the Department of Accounting and Information Systems and who are worthy of the award of Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, and I would request you to present their parchment to them. Diarmuid Bihal Barry. Adrian David Burke. Caroline Stacey Burke. Ross William Callanan. Cormac Jimmy Carey. John Brendan Cashman. Kevin Michael Collins. Louise Crowley. Mark Thomas Crowley in absentia. Thomas Jeremiah Dowling. Pader Kieran Duggan in absentia. Declan Martin Dunn. Padraig Joseph Dunphy. Kevin Anthony Galvin. Sean Michael Galvin in absentia. John Charles Good. Donald Francis Harrington. Edward William Harrington. Christopher Hayes in absentia. Jamie Francis Hayes. Michael Healy. Jamie Hurley. Michael Anthony Jones. Lenora Kane. Anne-Marie Carney. Damien Samuel Kingston. Sophia Daphne Kingston. Denise Joan Lynch. John Dennis Lynch. Anthony Brian McCarthy. Mark Kevin McCarthy. Stephen John Moore. Peter George Mulcahy in absentia. John Paul Murphy in absentia. Odrin Murphy. Paul Michael Murphy. David James Nyhan. Niall Timothy O'Brien. Conor Neil O'Connor in absentia. Dennis Anthony O'Connor. John Brendan O'Donoghue in absentia. Dennis John O'Driscoll. Liam Edmund O'Keefe. Paddy Olusa. Joseph Patrick O'Neill. Colm Diarmid O'Sullivan. Donald Timothy O'Sullivan. Eilish Claire O'Sullivan. Owen O'Sullivan. Kevin John O'Sullivan. Michael Eugene Power. Edward Patrick Quinn. Kevin Quish. Taig Christopher Ring. Michael Patrick Sheehan. Richard Brendan Tehan. William David Tyner. Mark Henry Whelan. Would the graduates of the award of Bachelor of Science in Agriculture please stand to receive their ovation? President, I present to you the following candidate who has successfully completed a programme in the Department of Accounting and Information Systems and who is worthy of the award of Bachelor of Science in Horticulture, and I would request you to present his parchment to him. Daniel Collins.
This concludes this part of the meeting for the purpose of conferring awards on the students of our Institute. I now call on the President of the Institute, Dr. Barry O'Connor, to address you.
Thank you again, Ger, and thank you all for being so attentive and not rowdy and well behaved during this ceremony. You go to some institutions or universities and the students are taken up in bunches of 6 and they kind of get a general benediction and away they go. I think the way we do it, it recognises the individual journey that each one of you has taken to get to where we are today, supported by our family and friends and financiers and credit unions and everyone else that got you here. So, but it is about you as individuals, and so well done to each and every one of you. Tres Limid Livshe, Tres Limid Lesh and Virn and so, as an Fern Sinisu Trechele, as an Sorrow Tadienta, as a Gulshak or Lesh and Kaidan Untuch, Tafek against Sorhamaden, as Tamidna, Anavoralakasev, Sasulum, Taskum, Bushafen, Moralakas and Eocht Tadienta. We're all very proud of you, and I hope you're proud of yourselves and proud of the families who supported you at the back and financed you, I suppose, more so than supported you or gave out to you or whatever happened along the way. You're leaving here this morning with parchments which are quality assured by our very strict quality assurance process here in CIT. We have a very tight control in terms of academic standards, how exams are set, corrected, and the basic tenets we have are fairness and consistency across the board. But not alone that, our degrees here in CIT, you can say, are supported by kind of a double lock mechanism. As I say, we have academic standards here that are second to none in the country, but we also have another control on our degrees, and again it's particularly relevant again here this morning. Across the Institute, we have no fewer than 40 professional bodies who accredit our degree. Across accounting, marketing, engineering, medlab technology, medlab consultants, regulars, you name it. We have over 40 professional bodies who come in here on a regular basis, every 2 or 3 years, depending on the institution, to assure that if we're giving out degrees in accounting, on quantity surveying or mechanical engineering that, okay, people will accept we're up to standard academically, but the professional bodies insist that we're also up to standard in terms of the professional practice in the particular area where our students are graduating. Now, that doesn't make it too easy for us in terms of balancing the academic and the professional focus, but we do it. And, you know, from your point of view as well, as students, it means you have to basically pass 2 sets of exams really in the one paper, the academic side of it and also the professional side of it. And, you know, it's a reason, I guess, why in terms of employability, our graduates, our CIT graduates are eminently employable. And, you know, some of our colleagues and some of the people back doing the level 8s now would have been in this room. Maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago we had our careers fair. It was in here. It was beside the sports hall next door. And I tell you, you could not move. You literally couldn't move with the amount of employers that were in here trying to snap up our graduates. And we actually had to turn some employers away in terms of stands. So it speaks to the relevance of our degrees, which are highly relevant. And it's not that we are just producing worker bees for local industry. Our graduates, and our graduates here this morning included, are leaders of enterprise, of business, leaders in their communities. And it's a credit to our staff in terms of the programs that are developed and our development process, our academic quality assurance process, and our accreditation process with the professional bodies. Whether it's exemptions in your accounting exams, whether it's becoming a chartered engineer or whatever, like we tie those 2 sets of standards together. You know, it makes it tough for you in terms of exams, in terms of working hard 3, 4, 5 years, but it's worth it all in the end. And we might call it the end this morning, but it ain't the end. If you look at the Irish word for a degree, it's a came. Now, normally, came, we take it as a step, which is what it is. This morning's degree is a came or a moher. It's a milestone in terms of your achievement to date. But as you know, more and more so now, learning is a lifelong experience. And in particular in terms of professional development, it is insisted upon in most professions at this stage that you must do continuous professional development as you're going through. So, tá céim fachta guv, you have received a degree, you have made one step, and maybe it could be your second step or third step on your professional learning experience and also on your lifelong learning experience. So, you know, it's a start, and as an institution, particularly through the School of Business, we are very, very much involved in delivering courses as you progress through your careers. So well done to you on that, and we look forward to supporting you in terms of the professional development. I suppose the other key point of our academic programme here is these partnerships. The partnerships with the professional bodies, partnerships we have, for example, with Teagasc, through our Hort degrees and agriculture degrees below in Dara, outside Clonakilty. And again, that programme is developed and delivered in conjunction with Teagasc. We have similar partnerships with the Irish Naval Service below in the Maritime College in Ringaskiddy. We have similar partnerships with UCC in terms of joint awards to UCC in biomedical science, architecture, art and design education. So again, you might be graduating this morning from the accounting department, or from you know, you might be graduating just in agriculture. But the reality is the whole mix comes in together to make sure that our programs here are relevant. And again, as I say, like from the get-go, if a new program is proposed here by our colleagues here, and they tend to be very creative and original, trying to respond to the needs of industry, but any program that comes in here to be proposed to set up a new degree, the first question is it sorry, I'll go to the point. First question is, and the last question, are there jobs available out of this degree? We don't just set up degrees for the sake of having an expert on the faculty who's good at X or Y, and we set up a degree in X or Y. No, the first question must be, and it must be supported by evidence, that there is a requirement out there for this particular degree. And this goes right across the board. It goes right across the board from music, engineering, accounting, ag, horticulture, you name it. Every degree that's proposed here, the faculty members, the staff members have to show that there is a requirement for it. And then every 5 years, every program we have here is validated internally here through a very strict what we call a programmatic review process. And that is mainly externally focused. We have a lot of industry people coming in, or business people coming in, as well as academics from other institutions, to make sure that every 5 years there is the programs are reviewed fully and again checked off, are they academically up to scratch and are they professionally up to scratch. That's every 5 years, and then unfortunately every other couple of years in between we get the professional bodies coming in. So when people talk about quality assurance and quality control, it's happening here week in, week out across the institute. So there's a mindset, and it's one again that raises the stakes for us. There's a mindset here of making sure that every program, every module that is delivered to you or students now or graduates are relevant and up to speed in terms of what's happening out in the outside world. On the other side of the fence, we do a lot of work in research as well. And again, we follow the same pattern there. All research is problem-based. We identify a problem, be it in business, be it in fruit processing, or you name whatever it is. We identify a problem and we develop a solution to fix that problem. In slightly more academic institutions, people will develop solutions and then go looking for a problem to solve with the solution. And you know, they might meet up sometimes. We come at it from the other way. We identify a problem and we put our resources into solving that problem. So again, that's what we do here in terms of CIT and our research and our program development and our engagement with industry. I guess again, if you look at the parchment there, the mana, the Shanukal, or the coat of arms on CIT says Risha Milla. And that means let us all succeed together. It is old Irish, but it goes back to some monk who was working for St. Finbar years and years ago. No, he didn't work in CIT, don't get me wrong. We don't go back that far. But there was some pestilence or some plague, as there seems to have always have been way back then. And they survived by working together. And I guess being monks, they prayed together as well. So Risha Milla is our motto, and it is about us all succeeding together. And from that point of view, I guess it's important to remind you that you have made great colleagues, great friends here in the Institute, not just with your fellow students, fellow graduates now, but also with the staff right across the Institute. And we will succeed if you succeed. We will certainly succeed if when you make your first million, you come back and give us a small donation, right? So take a note of that, right? And I'm sure there will be people here who will make their first million. We have had some outstanding graduates here within the Institute. I mean, one of our graduates was a vice president of Microsoft, Rob Shaw. So we have some really serious graduates that come out of the Institute, come out of the Cork RTC and even the Crawford Municipal Institute before that. So, so you're following a long line of fantastic graduates who are highly employable, highly professional. Is what we do. We produce graduates who are profession focused, who are accepted, who are much sought after across the world. And from that point of view, it is important that you stay connected, as I say, with yourselves, but stay connected with CIT as well, because you do that through the Alumni Association, and wherever you end up working for your first job, your second job, or whatever down the line, tie into the network of CIT alumni, or in English, past pupils or former graduates that are out there. And they will support you. Not only will they support you, they'll probably come after you to try and hire you for whatever companies they're in, because they know that you've been brought up, you've been educated in the same tradition that they were, which is problem solving, profession focus, worldwide, globally recognised degrees. Maybe just a small few words in terms of our current process of going towards a technological university. In conjunction with our colleagues in IT Tralee. The Technological Universities Act was set up, came into law there just back in last March. So we're preparing a submission that ourselves and Tralee together will be called the Munster Technological University. And there's a logic behind that, because first of all, it gives us a designation and a recognition nationally and I guess internationally that as an institute we are operating, we're playing senior hurling, we're playing at the highest level. Now we know that, you know that, because I'm sure a lot of you already have got jobs, so we're well respected and sought after. That's one side of the coin. The other side of the coin, and the coin it is, that when the technological universities are set up, there's been one set up in Dublin already between DIT, Tala and Blanchardstown, that there will be a better funding mechanism there than what we're dealing with at the minute. That there'll be proper funding for the teaching side of the house, which is key to us, but also for research and for engagement. And we're looking forward to growing the CIT mission, but starting with access to education. As you drove in here this morning, you probably noticed we have no walls, we have no gates, we have no fences in CIT. It's an open campus, and that's the way we approach things. It's open, and we, again, as you head out into industry or into business, again, come back to us. I'm sure Gerard later on will be outlining some of the programs we have coming down the tracks and already there in terms of supporting you in your journey. So that's where we're going in terms of the MTU. We have leaders in other fields as well, including hurling fields and football fields. We have John Myler, who last summer, while he was steering Cork to the Munster Championship victory over Limerick, John was already preparing a new MBA, which was launched here back in September. And again, huge demand for that in terms of people doing MBAs from a lot of the major multinationals and smaller companies around town. Along with John training and championing the Cork team, we also have Cian O'Neill, who's head of department here, who was managing Kildare, who did a nice number on Mayo back there in Newbridge. He put Newbridge on the map. So again, we have Cian here. In terms of other sporting heroes, our great graduate Gary O'Donovan from Skibbereen just picked up another few medals over the summer, a European Championship medal. That was a singles and I think a world when the double sculls go or vice versa. Ivana Byrne, the famous hockey team, the ladies hockey team that came second in the World Cup. Again, Ivana Byrne is a graduate of CIT and she's already here doing a PhD now. So we have heroes on and off the field in terms of sport, in terms of leadership. And again, in terms of what we do here within CIT, I go back to the whole partnership side of it, where we are the home now for Cork City Sports, the premier athletics event in the country. They've been here for the last 4 years, and we finally signed off on an MOU that they're basically going to be here now long term. As some of you would know, we had the the primary school sports here now for the last 4 years, which is the single biggest outdoor sporting event in Europe. And it's a fantastic day, and it's great the way we can share our resources with the primary schools, the secondary schools in terms of not Skeena but the Corlin, the man's Corlin. So our facilities are available across the board. It's our contribution back to society. Unfortunately, and I lend the sports report with this one, our footballers were dispatched by McKilly early in the year, and which is no surprise since half of McKilly team were CIT graduates anyway. The footballers came close in terms of being beaten by the Haven by, as they say, the narrowest of margins in the replay. So we could well have been in the county final next Sunday if we'd got over the Haven that particular night a few weeks back. Having said that, we have two other outstanding graduates coming on the field on Sunday, being Lorcan McLaughlin and Aidan Walsh, both graduates of this part of the house, who are playing for Duhallow on Sunday. So we wish them well, and the Bars as well. I'm sure there might be some Bars people in the audience, so we wish them well as well. So that's the end of the sports report. As I say, CIT goes from it's going from strength to strength every year. In spite of the fact that the population of Cork has dipped for the last couple of years in terms of 18-year-olds, our numbers continue to increase. So it means we're doing something right. And looking at the outstanding cohort of graduates here this morning, we can see what we're doing right. Because you're our best ambassadors. You're our best ambassadors to keep the flag flying for CIT. So, Fágame Marshine, as I say, stay in touch with us and go to Mil Mahagav, and particularly to your financiers at the back of the room, go to Mil Mahagav. Thank you for the support you've given to our graduates here in front and to us as well. So, Fágame Marshine, enjoy the day.
Thank you, President. I hear the kettle's boiling, so I won't be long. The cup on tea is on its way. Members of the governing body, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and visitors joining us via the World Wide Web, on behalf of my colleagues in the Faculty of Business and Humanities and on my own behalf, I'm delighted to be associated with the President's congratulations and good wishes to you, our new graduates. Our Faculty of Business and Humanities contributes to about 5,800 students, or 51% of the total cohort here in CIT, and currently delivers 148 programmes, full, part-time and online, across a wide range of disciplines. The School of Business continues to grow, with the Hinks Centre for Entrepreneurship Excellence and the Veeling Software Group gaining EU funding and growing research activity at Masters and PhD level. The School of Business work placement has gone from strength to strength, with all School of Business programmes now offering placement opportunities as part of the degree. The work placement has been very positively received and supported by our wide range of industry partners, and we acknowledge their important role in our graduates' formation. This year, CIT signed an important consortium agreement with Teagasc, confirming our ongoing commitment as partners in the delivery of agricultural programmes in the region. We also wish to acknowledge and thank Clonakilty Agricultural College and Teagasc for their ongoing support with our agricultural programmes. This year also sees the first graduates from a Special Purpose Award, a certificate in designing innovative services, and last month our first set of students commenced a new Special Purpose Award in capital markets. And this programme is specifically designed to support Cork's growing financial services cluster, and well done to the academic team for driving these initiatives. PwC Cork office also have launched a scholarship programme, with us acknowledging the best students in our accounting programmes for achieving academic excellence in their studies. The future of technology on the farm was supported by staff in the Department of Accounting and Information Systems, who engaged with a project titled called Smart Rural. This has helped to enhance technology capability within the farming community. The project was a collaboration with the Department of Technology Enhanced Learning in CIT and the Department of Accounting. Our strong programme offering, our research activity and industry engagement position us well to take a leading role in the establishment of the new Munster Technological University. I would like to thank our own faculty team, academic, technical and administrative, who have helped you on your journey to graduation, and a special thanks to Dr. Breda Kenny, Head of the School of Business, and Carla and Reilly, the Head of the Department of Accounting and Information System. The future looks bright for you, our graduates, both here and abroad, with the skill sets that you've acquired in your discipline area. I would also like to take this opportunity to pay tribute to one of our colleagues who retired this year. Brian McGrath was the Head of School of Business, and thank him for the significant contribution he's made over the years, and wish him a happy and a healthy retirement. But today is about you, our graduates. We're delighted to celebrate the success story that is each one of you. We acknowledge your achievements, along with the contribution of many others, especially your lecturers, families, loved ones and friends. And graduates, may I ask you just stand up for a minute? And there's a lot of supporters down the back that have helped you, given you money, driven you to college in the morning, made sure you were okay during the exams. You might acknowledge them with a bula bas. You can sit down now. We hope you look back with pride on your time here in CIT and continue your learning pathway, and consider our postgraduate professional and CPD programmes that are on offer, and maintain your links here in CIT through the staff, social media and the alumni office. Before concluding, I'd like to thank the organising committee that ensured that this ceremony ran so smoothly and effectively, and also mention we have a number of Cit Open Days coming up. The first takes place on Thursday the 8th of November in the National Maritime College of Ireland, and on Friday the 16th of November in the Bishopstown campus and at the Crawford College of Art and Design campus, and on Saturday the 17th of November in CIT Cork School of Music and the CIT Crawford College of Art and Design. And I'd ask you to encourage prospective students to attend these Open Days. Finally, as it's a day of celebration, enjoy the day with your family and friends and loved ones, and no doubt it'll be a late night of celebration. I invite you all for some small light refreshments in the West Atrium at the conclusion of this ceremony. Graduates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the meeting for the purpose of conferring awards on the students of our institute. My best wishes and my thanks to you all.
Please rise and remain standing now until all members of the academic procession have departed the auditorium. Can I ask you